This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
We want to start with a live look outside. Right now, our Weather First team is tracking some storms moving into the St. Louis area. Several hours ago, a small tornado touched down just north of Joplin. Here's video of that tornado posted online. So far, though, no word of any damage. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. The rain and storms will move into our area over the next several hours. So let's get straight to meteorologist Jim Castillo with our Weather First forecast.
Yes, you know, that evening commute looks good around the metro. No rain, no thunder in here yet, but that'll change as we get into past 7 o'clock around St. Louis. Showers and storms arriving right now, Herman north to Bowling Green. Let's zoom in a little bit. And you can see the reds and oranges in here. Those are those heavy downpours. We had them last night around St. Louis and Arnold and also into Illinois. And now they're lining up to the west and slowly moving eastward as they also move north. So showers and thunderstorms sub-severe. Let's zoom into Pike County. But we did have one warning up around Quincy with some hail and high wind there and some tree branches knocked down. But it's just some heavier rain from Bowling Green up 61 to Frankfort at this point. Widen it out a little bit. You can see all the way down through Gasconade County. That's a very heavy storm moving into Herman, but again, sub-severe. Expect 40-mile-per-hour wind gust, maybe some pea-sized hail, and definitely frequent lightning. So that chance of an isolated severe cell with high wind and hail will be to the west of St. Louis and west of St. Charles for the evening. So we'll talk a little bit more about the weekend forecast and show you and have another update on the weather coming up in just a few minutes.
And of course, our Weather First team updates the forecast online. You can get that by texting the word weather to 314-425-5355.
Now to breaking news in downtown St. Louis. After 3 hours of deliberations, a jury found Thomas Kenworthy guilty of murdering a St. Louis police officer.
The court clerk read the verdict live on our air less than an hour ago, and 5 on your side's Christine Byers has been covering this trial gavel to gavel for the past 8 days. She's live outside the courthouse in downtown St. Louis with the very latest. Christine.
Mike, Thomas Kenworthy stood for several minutes as the guilty charges just kept on coming. And that includes,
as to count 1, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of murder in the first degree as submitted by instruction.
however, in closing arguments today, prosecutors said Kenworthy knew what he was doing and tricked the defense's star witness, a forensic psychologist, into diagnosing him with a mental illness he doesn't have. The jury apparently agreed and found him guilty of first-degree murder.
He has been clever enough to isolate in a place where he's going to be protected from the chemical munitions. Okay? That's smart. There's nothing crazy about that. That's forethought. That's planning.
In addition to that first-degree murder charge, Kenworthy was also found guilty of shooting and wounding another officer and a homeless man in the same incident. The judge will automatically sentence him in June. The first-degree murder charge carries an automatic life sentence without the chance of parole. Live outside the courthouse in downtown St. Louis, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
Tonight, police are investigating a deadly stabbing in St. Louis. It happened this morning on Cleveland Avenue in the Southwest Garden neighborhood near Tower Grove Park. Police say a man was stabbed inside a home. We're working to get information on a possible suspect, and as soon as we do, we will let you know. One man is dead and another injured after a shooting at an East St. Louis McDonald's.
It happened last night during dinner time, right around 7 o'clock. Tonight, police are looking for a person of interest. Justina Coronel is in the newsroom with details that she has learned from investigators.
Mike and Kelly, Illinois State Police say shots were fired both inside and outside of the restaurant. Police responded to the location on 25th and State Street, finding 2 people with gunshot wounds. Now, both were taken to the hospital. One of them, 22-year-old Trayvon Brown from Cahokia Heights, died at the hospital. According to East St. Louis Councilmember Ryan Kaysen, an altercation started inside the restaurant and later went outside. And we don't know what started this or if they even know each other. Kaysen has been a council member for 5 years, and the East St. Louis native said he believes the community needs to come together. However, he applauds the police department for taking many guns off the street this year.
They've been trying and, just doing as much as they can. But, we're short-staffed with the police department, and, we're trying to do the best we can to recruit some more officers and also get the community a little bit more involved.
This is an ongoing investigation. Illinois State Police encourages anyone who witnessed this incident or has any information of the shooting to reach out. Witnesses can remain anonymous.
St. Louis Public Schools is finding a new way to deal with ongoing bus issues tonight. They'll pay families to take their kids to school. Days ago, many drivers with Missouri Central Bus Company called out. That left students in after-school activities without transportation. And earlier this year, drivers with the bus company called out in protest over a racial issue. The bus company's contract with the school ends this summer. Families will get a $75 gas card if they drive their kids to school instead of taking the bus.
Residents in the Pike County community of Clarksville are breathing a sigh of relief tonight.
Despite days of rain, the Mississippi is slowly starting to recede. 5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki has the latest on what town leaders are doing to try and tame the mighty Mississippi.
Drop that levee over there.
Since 2008, the tiny town of Clarksville, Missouri, has flooded at least 10 times, forcing most business owners to shut their doors for good and flee the community instead of relying on sandbags to hold.
If you're in a building and 3 feet from you is a sandbag wall that is holding back the Mississippi River, you got to be pretty concerned about will it hold or not.
Thanks to $14 million in state and federal funding, those concerns could be a thing of the past. For the last year, work has been underway on a new removable flood wall that will allow views of the river, but also protects the town once the water starts to rise.
I really believe this can be a model for other places. I don't think this is the last installation on the Mississippi. It may be the first, but I think there will be people look at this and see it as being an answer.
According to Mayor Smiley, work along First Street should be completed by the end of next week. However, the entire flood wall project won't be finished until spring of 2025. Coming up at 6, hear why she believes that keeping the waters of the Mississippi at bay could have business flooding back into town. Reporting in Clarksville, Missouri, Holden Kerwicki, 5 on your side.
As protesters and police clash at one major university, President Biden publicly addresses the issue for the first time.
Joint pain and the weather. We verify whether the two really go hand in hand.
Right now, lines are